It's your boy iTunes Biscuits. I don't know. Your boy with another video. And it's a musical video. I know a lot of people that know me in real life know I love music. And since the summertime is winding down, I decided to do a series based on just that alone, summer and music put together. And I wanted to go over projects that dominated the summer for my previous, about 5 years or so. And spoiler alert, I really don't know what would qualify for 2019 project. But that's not really what's important. Right now, we're going to start with 2013, which is the first year, the first full year. Well, I want to say it's the first full year where I started listening to music in the context of social media and all that stuff. 2012, I was listening to music I liked pretty much. But this is the first year I really got opinions, educated, funneled in for me from other, nobody's experience when it comes to music, but some people just listen to more than others, so they have a more redeemable opinion when it comes to recommendations. And one such project was recommended to me. I'm gonna do two during this video, but one such project that's recommended to me was Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper. Now, when I was coming up, around hip hop communities, I loved. I don't know, they have like hip hop heads on Reddit and Instagram pages, but back then you had like forums and you know blog pages, and one such one I pervade was Kanye Tilla, a forum that really is pretty much based around Kanye, or at least it was at that time. Um, and Chicago, who it's really it was not just on this forum but everywhere. Who was gonna come up next for Chicago and carry Kanye's way? And Chance the Rapper, I mean, it was pretty much between him and Vic Mensa after Lupe in the mid 2000s. And I think Vic actually got a Kanye feature before Chance did, but Chance dropped the best post Lupe Chicago project I can think of. Um, Not counting Common. I mean, I'm just talking like in terms of guy coming out, dropping debut and dropping album and dropping blah blah blah. Of course, Common has some classics in 2000s, but this I feel like it's the first real classic tier project that kind of stunk of Kanye, so to speak, from a Chicago artist. And as time has progressed, Chance will become more like Kanye. And, I mean, that's cool. I feel like, people need to have their inspirations, and he definitely wears them in his sleeve. So as we get to this project, currently it is on Spotify, so you have no reason not to listen to it. It was pretty big on SoundCloud too, coming out, and has Diamond on Dat Piff. So I mean, it's impossible not to have listened to this project. But first track, good ass intro. You got BJ the Chicago Kid. Um, of Only song I know of him was the Smoking and Riding one from the GTA soundtrack. I don't know what else he was in. I know you think he was on SSL freshman list. I'm pretty sure, but him, Lily K. I'm not really like I don't really listen to Good Ass Intro too much. A lot of times I start the album, I'm starting to push it, man. I'm your pusher man, blah blah blah. I'm your pusher man with the paranoid on my mind as to the secret track. I didn't grasp how I felt about this the first time I listened to it, but I do know I was doing church trips throughout most of that summer, and this project, like when I first heard the paranoia part, because it was like a about a 30-second like rest between the two songs. It was like what the hell, and then like you get Cocoa Butter Kisses with Twista's verse. Vic Mensa did great too. Juice, that's what blew him up. I'd actually say Juice. If you know the YouTuber Modern War Negro, who's now the Black Hokage, one of the premier Black YouTubers, gamers anyway, he put Juice on one of his videos, and that I think was the first time I ever heard Chance the Rapper, and I love that. Shout out to TBH's music taste. He has a great music taste, but putting this track on, Very little people knew of Chance before this project in general. Uh, that's introduced me to him. Lost, I didn't know about No Name for pretty much until, was it Telephone? I think Telephone. The one that came out a couple years back. When Telephone dropped, that's the first time I heard of No Name since this feature. And I was like, I wonder what she was doing. She was probably still dropping great music, but this verse was one of the like one of my top like females just come on a track and renegade type performances. She killed it. Everybody's something. I mean, you start getting like some of the vibes you get from this album. It just weaves in and out of like, I don't want to say soul, but like that deep conscious hip hop that you can get out of Chicago. Uh, he mingles that in with like, I mean, I don't want to say like bangers, not like trap, hits, but like bangers with favorite song up tempo. Let's see, Juice, of course. I mean, that'd be a banger. Pusha Man, the first half. There's a couple of them on here, but like songs like Smoke Again. Well, I don't want to say Smoke Again. That's really smooth, but I want to say it's like a deep thought track. Acid Rain, uh, Chain Smoker, definitely Chain Smoker. Uh, Everybody Something. Just cuss and make you like sit there and think about what you're listening to. Chance was, he made stoner music, he made bangers, he made introspective cuts, and he made genre bending type of songs, go off. Dude was talented. This is about as talented as a debut as you'll see throughout the remainder of the 2010s. And he just did his thing. Moving on to my. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to know why I didn't rate the rest of this, I just didn't. I've. I could do it right now. I mean, favorite song, probably a 5. Donna Nod. I think Baby Blue is a little bit better out of their two collabos. Smoke Again, probably about a 5. I want to say Absol did kill it pretty well. Uh, everything's good. It's just like it's kind of his like what's the first college dropout schools, not School Spirit. God, what's the last track on that called? The outro, Last Call. It's kind of like his last call, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's kind of, I could do without it kind of thing. So I'll probably drop this. Chain Smoker's pretty cool. Acid Rain is pretty cool. It's 4.5, which it's a damn near flawless project. Moving on to my second one. These two projects came out at almost the exact same time as I remember. Yeah, about pretty much a month apart. We think about late April to early July. Well, 2 months ago apart, I guess. This is Summer Nights by Joey Badass. You have 1999, and then you have Rejects, which is like extra tracks that didn't make it onto 1999. And Rejects was kind of like it's okay. It yeah, pretty much you see right here. But Summer Nights, there was a long while, and I think people have an argument outside of just my head canon, where I thought Summer Nights was just about as good as 1999. And, I don't know if I still have that opinion. I really don't think I do. But I still thought it was great. You look at the reviews, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. It's like, when you think about the fact that this came a year after 1999, which is like a groundbreaking project and all of that. So much work went into that project. And then his friend died. R.I.P. Stilo, of course. And they were supposed to have been, I guess, working on Captain Steve's like material at that time. And of course, they were doing like the album projects too at this time. And then he is cultivating Rejects as well between this and 1999. When you think about so much work that he was doing between these two projects, it really is amazing that this tape was as good as it was. Because I felt like rapping wise, like maybe not as coherent. Cause my biggest criticism of it for the longest was that it just his voice wasn't. He was, he's still growing at that point, and it's like his voice is just so raspy that it made you be unable to appreciate some of what he was trying to say. Um, he's also was doing the rapidy rap steez quite a bit on here, no pun intended. Um, on quite a few tracks. I think if you want like the overly like over the top of your head type lyricism he's going for, Amethyst Rockstar, um, let's see, Hillary Swank, Aloha, uh, Satellite was a posse cut. But yeah, I know Amethyst Rockstar is like a kind of like a rappy rap type track. Rain might have been too, but I mean it's like really it's like just like there was a lot of quantity here, but it's a lot of quality too. I would say it might be like it might be a little bit too long. Like Trapdoor was for the longest I didn't like. It was like probably like I listened the first time through because I used to listen to albums all the way through. I know that's so like so uncommon these days, but I used to listen to rap albums all the way through first time, no stopping. And Trapdoor, like I listened to it, I didn't finish Trapdoor. It was just so like boring, basically. Um, and what's between 6 and 8? Oh, 47 Goons. Yeah, that was a pretty bad cut too. I usually don't delete songs off an album unless it's just unlistenable. So whatever 47 Goons was, it had to be damn near like unplayable. But you take 47 Goons off and Trapdoor off. Satellite is kind of boring too. I don't remember Rain very well, but maybe it wasn't the best song. But when you go from Aloha all the way down to Sweet Dreams, that's a great streak. Word is Bond is pretty alright. Sit and Pray, I loved Tina. I think Tina was on the hook on that. I know she had a closing verse on it, but I think she was on the hook too. And they did great on that. 95 to Infinity, one of the best songs in the entire decade. Unorthodox, one of his best like solo rap cuts. And for the longest, it was like the only song he had on Spotify. Like until before, I think the Summer Nights EP was put on Spotify, but that's like 5 tracks. It's like the only cut off of Waves that was on here before Waves was uploaded earlier this year. Well, Waves was on there too. Waves and I think Unorthodox as well was like a Waves type of cut, or a 1999 cut, not Waves. Long Live Stilo, fantastic. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is if you just loved rap, like just the art of rapping, this project was great at that. It achieved that. I think over time, it's kind of felt like more of a bridge between what he was trying to do with bringing back the New York sound. And I think what he's tried to accomplish since then with Before the Money and All American Badass, where he's tried to be as modern as he could be while still staying to his roots. I don't really know how to describe his sound post Summer Nights, but I feel like it was influenced by more of the 1999 sound and the following genres he'd try to hit up soon after. But that's all I have today. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll be back soon to do my 2014 project. More than likely, it'll only be like one going forward. I just know, like, back then, I didn't have Last FM or, playlists to know what I was actually listening to. So I just went off the two ones I know off the top of my head. But all the same, hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.